Okay. Alright. So I had to... I restarted my computer. I don't know if that's what the issue was, but... I mean, if it suddenly quits again, I may try for a third time, but if that doesn't work, then I don't know what's up. Okay, so let's load the game. Back to where I was. So, um, from the failed live stream attempt, we know Bates. We need to go around asking who the people, who the man in this photo is. And I know I already talked to. I mean, I don't know. Should I? Okay, maybe just for the sake of the game and showing things. When this time... Oh, wait.
May I disturb you for a few moments? I would like to ask a couple of questions.
All right. I'm listening.
In terms of like the Talos principle, it was definitely the game, or I think it was mostly the game that would cause my computer to freeze. In this case, I think it's the actual NVIDIA program itself.
Robert, look at this old picture. Do you know who this might be?
No, I do not know that person. Why are you asking?
I might find it funny. He says, "Look at this photo. Do you know who this might be?" I'm just like, can you just like hold out the photo and ask? But I guess because they're not doing the animation, they felt they needed to like have him say what he's doing. Okay, either way, we're going with the positive answer.
I found the picture in the old wing, torn to pieces in a fireplace.
Given the fact that someone has torn up the picture, the person in it is probably not anyone important. Forget about it.
I will go now.
All right. Feel free to come back if you need anything, Samuel.
Okay. Hello. Okay, there we go. I like how he says, if it's torn up, it's because they're not important. It's like, really? Is that what that means? Because anyone else would either say... like, either they hate this person, or what Samuel's thinking, someone's trying to hide something. Okay. Even though we know...
Bates, I would like a word with you.
I'm listening, sir.
Have a look at this picture. Do you know this man?
He does not look familiar to me. I am not very good at remembering faces, though. Sorry, sir.
I think I will go now.
I'll return to my work.
Okay. So, no one inside... I don't think we can talk to Victoria yet. I imagine we shouldn't be able to. But you know what? Let's just head to the common room and see.
I'll come back later.
Yeah, okay. So I'm assuming either the groom or the gardener will know. Oh, I went the wrong way, didn't I? I did. I went the wrong way. I mean, I don't know if this family's keeping secrets. Most likely they are, but the groom is over this way. If I'm... Oh, wait. No, I need to get to the stables. Here we go. Alright.
Yes, sir.
Morris, look here. Do you know this man?
I wouldn't say so. I've never seen him around here.
Okay, thank you. I will go then.
All right, sir.
Alright then. Really, the last person I asked happens to be the... Unless it's not gonna be it. Can I... Right, you can't run. If if I right click, no. Right click will not move you. Okay, fine. Alright, Henry. Do you know this man?
I would like a word with you.
You know, sound a bit less accusatory.
Certainly, sir. I'm
Samuel.
listening.
Henry, do you recognize the man in this picture? Have you ever seen him?
No, sir. I don't think I have. Who is it? Should I know him?
No, probably not. I just wanted to know if you had ever met him.
I'm sorry, sir.
I will leave you to your work.
Damn it. Oh wait, there is the guy in the library. Is he gonna talk to us though? Because I talked to everyone. I totally forgot about the lawyer. I believe he's the lawyer. Okay, let's head to the library. I mean, he says he won't talk to us, but... Look at this photograph. Do you know this man?
Doctor, can I have a word with you?
Doctor, sorry. Yeah, just slowly put the book away. It's not like we're having urgent... Come on, turn around.
Yes, all right.
Have you ever seen this man?
No, I have not. He looks like someone I would remember if I had seen him.
Okay. One, I don't know why the reverb went crazy there, but no one knows this. No one... Well, either someone's lying or no one knows who this man is. But that would be the case because it's in the fireplace. So someone in this building knew who he was, unless it was William. Okay. So, what can I do now? Can't go to Victoria. I mean, there's that thing in our room that we still... I can't remember. The drawer we can't open. That apparently the key should be in the room, but he doesn't know where it is. Blah, 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 blah. Right-click door frame.
I'll try reaching up there. There is something there. The key to my drawer.
I'm sorry. If
I knew it had to be somewhere in the room.
Okay, can I just... I left-click door frame. He says it's too high. If I right-click it, then he reaches for it? That does not... What? What is this? I don't know if it's a timing thing or if it was just I had to right click on the door frame instead. But that's just silly.
It should still work.
Okay.
There's no film in it, and my old films are useless.
Took it anyway.
They're too old to be used. My holy Bible.
Okay, but... Oh, no? You're not gonna... The piece of paper is not important? So really, it's just the camera in here. I can't interact with these anymore. Okay. Well, there you go. We got the... Oh! Oh, wait. Damn it.
It's old, but operational.
Okay. So we can use the camera to take a picture of the symbol, but I need a roll of film. So who's gonna have a roll of film? Let's go back to... I mean, Bates may know where I can find one. Okay, we're interacting with Robert.
Do you need anything, Samuel?
I would like to ask about something. I need film for my camera. Do you know where I can get some?
Well, perhaps down in Willow Creek. But hold on, I think I may have a couple of rolls myself. They should probably still be usable.
Can you give me one?
I would be happy to, but I put them in the attic with some other old things. It is in my chest. That's the one right round the corner. You'll have no problem finding it.
Thank you. I'll go pick it up.
Sure. Take all the film you need. I have no use for it.
Okay. Oh, I'm assuming because we already clicked on that and we said it was locked.
I went to the attic to get that film, but your chest is locked. May I borrow your key?
Locked? Oh, I have entirely forgotten about that. Sorry. Here's the key.
Thank you. I'll bring it back.
You needn't hurry. I use it so infrequently.
Hi, Jake Plays. So,
I will go now.
Oh,
All right. Feel free to come back if you need anything, Samuel.
why do you have to say it like that, Robert? Anyway, you know, thank goodness I looked at that chest beforehand, because it honestly would be so frustrating to have to go up to the attic, find out that we need a key, and then head back down. Which, oh boy, I guess I should be prepared for some backtracking in this game. Alright, so we have the key to the chest. Get some roll of films. Or one roll.
Hopefully, it's going to work.
Can we grab
I
anything?
don't need anything else from it.
Can I? Okay, and that's it. So...
I'm out of practice, but I guess the film is installed properly.
See, I'm trying to remember when's the last time I had to... It's been so long since I actually had to, like, put in... Everything's digital now, right? Like, I can literally remember having to, like, put in the roll film in the camera, put the... I mean, I don't even know what the terminology is, but get in the right place, right slots, close the thing, and then it'll whir all the way. Are you down the stairs, please? Thank you. Okay, so let's take a picture of that symbol, because I think that's what we need to do. And then I don't know what else to do. Maybe that ends chapter 1. Do I have to give the key back?
All I need to do now is have the film developed. But where do I get it developed?
I'm just trying to think. Where have we been? I mean, unless it's going to be a Willow Creek, but...
I'll leave him to his work.
Maybe Willow Creek? Hey, hold on. Let's check the map. No, okay, that's not an option yet. Well, yeah, I say yet because I consider the possibility that's going to make me talk to someone, and then they'll be like, oh, you can head to Willow's Creek. And it's like, oh, I can head to Willow's Creek now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Maybe let's talk to Bates. I mean, if he had a roll of film, I don't know, maybe if it was a hobby of his, he had his own dark room, maybe? Is in the cellar?
Do you need anything, sir?
Not really.
Damn it. Okay. I mean, was there anywhere that we saw that we can develop a roll of film? Because Because I don't recall any sort of chemicals, unless we're using the fountain in our room to develop it. Okay, we can talk to him, so I'm assuming we get the answers from him. Maybe return the key.
I need to speak with you, Robert.
Okay.
Sure.
Here's your key back, Robert.
Oh, thanks. Have you found what you needed?
Yes, I have. Robert, do you know where I can get that film you gave me developed?
I only know of Murray in Willow Creek. I go to him myself when I need some pictures developed. He has a dark room in his pawn shop. Do you know where it is?
Yes, I remember that shop.
Try him.
I guess I should go there. I must go now.
Right then. I'll return to my work.
Okay, there we go. So, Murray's in Willows Creek, and now we are... No, we can't? Excuse me? Do you want me to exit out the manor? Also, it's a terrible waste of film if you only took one picture and you have to get developed. Maybe if you're going to do that, just get a Polaroid camera or something.
Now, it works as it should.
Okay. Take a picture of this. Just in case it gets torn up again. It's very fragile. Okay. How do I... Will not let me because do I need to actually physically exit out first before? Back to manor. Back to castle. Back to the castle to the Black Mirror Manor. What? Isn't that the same place?
I have no reason to leave.
No, but you want to go to Willows Creek, don't you? To develop the film. Oh wait, is there mail?
No letter.
Damn it. Okay. Right click, nothing. Okay. So it won't let me go to Willows Creek. Not yet, anyway. So the question is, what else do I do now? Because I'm tempted just to go look up UHS hint system and just see, it's like, what things do they say that may lead me to what my next
I don't know what.
Objective is. Maybe I right click on the picture. No, there's nothing here we can click. Nope, right clicking didn't work. Okay, greenhouse is a bust. Good to know. I mean, what else do I need to do? You know, I just realized the decor here, this is like a giant, I don't know, a bird hand? Something that's just holding this globe? Or the moon? Or whatever it's supposed to represent? But seriously, can I head to Willows Creek? Does Bates need to drive me there? Does Bates need to offer me the car? Why can I not get to Willows Creek? Okay.
Do you need anything, sir?
Car. Nope. Damn.
Not really. I was just passing by.
Okay. Right click on seller? Nope. Right click on the key? Nope. Nothing. What about I mean, what do I have in my inventory? I have pills, a wallet, sweets. Map of Manor. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, how can I get here? I'm using Universal Hint System right now. I'm looking at the website. But first you have a reason to come here. There's a point in the game where you need to travel to Willows Creek to develop film. I need a certain inventory item and have done certain other investigative things. Damn it! Okay. So... I mean, I just want to develop this film. Is there another symbol around maybe that I need to take a picture of? Because otherwise I don't know. Other investigative things. Maybe check... Can't look here. You can still look at the monolith.
On the marble plate are the names of all the lords of our family who lived here.
Okay. Now it's not highlighted anymore. It's to the library. Okay, let's try upstairs then, because... sorry, when I say upstairs, I mean the attic. I mean, is there a large vase? Oh. I didn't
There's
close.
nothing in it.
Okay, never mind. Well, here's to us being thorough. Is there anything on the old chandelier? I can click on that.
It's destroyed, like the rest of the room, because of the unfortunate fire many years ago. This place is making me remember all those horrible events.
Okay. Guess old wing.
Now it works.
Now it works. That's still locked. Do I need to get in here first?
I
somehow?
have no idea whether I should ask Victoria.
Okay, so that one's specifically right. That one says to ask Victoria, but as of yet, I can't ask Victoria. Okay, so from what I can tell, there's nothing in the attic. I've checked everywhere in here, if I'm correct. Anything here? I mean, there's the balcony up here. Okay. I don't know. Do I try to talk to Victoria now? Maybe because I have the symbol and the photograph and everything else.
I know I should leave Victoria alone, but I must ask her about the key to William's study in the tower.
Okay. Okay. Hey, Victoria. Okay, just take a sip of your tea. Just...
Victoria, I know you want to be alone, but I must ask you about something that only you can answer.
Maybe it will help to get some fresh thoughts. Memories can become so tiring. During the last few years, I have had plenty of time with my thoughts. What is it that you want to talk about, Samuel?
Oh boy. What? Alright, let's just...
I hoped I would not have to return to this place ever again. And even now, I'm not sure if I should have.
I did not dare hope you would come. The letters to you were all returned, and no one from the family had seen you in years. As time passed, we assumed you were dead.
I didn't open a single one of them. I wanted to forget it all. Only that morning letter. I had to open that one. Maybe I should have left it unread, like the other ones.
Your words are cold, Samuel.
If it hadn't been for William's death, I would have never returned. I returned because of William only. I don't expect you to understand it.
Alright. Speaking of William...
Victoria, why was William hiding away in his study? No one saw him go outside, and he would not let anyone in. Why all the secrecy?
I don't know, Samuel. About half a year ago, he closed himself in that damn tower and spent whole days and nights there. He never told me what he was doing. When I asked, he merely stated that he was looking for the truth and that he would not stop until he found it. It entirely absorbed him, and you know how it ended. I hope that he has found his truth.
Bates isn't looking well. He's old and very tired. He should take a rest.
I would suggest that to him myself, but I know he does not want to be alone right now. He and William were friends long before I knew him. He has worked here all his life, just like his father before him. He feels comfortable to be with us, I am sure.
That person who was with us at the funeral, who is he?
Dr. Herman, our family physician. But it would be more accurate to say our family friend.
I had never heard of him.
Well, how could you? He moved here long after you had gone away. He's a good man. He was a friend to William and has helped us a good deal. Until William began avoiding people, they were often together. Why are you interested in Heinz?
I don't know him, so I wanted to know who he is. Do you need anything, Victoria?
No, thank you, Samuel. I am all right. Maybe just... No, you needn't worry. I'll ask Bates.
That new gardener, Henry. I've heard he drinks.
He is not new here. He has been working for us for over a year now. What you have heard is true, but it does not happen very often. Except for that particular habit, he is polite and hard-working.
I'm surprised you're saying this. Does his drinking not bother you?
Well, I do, but I would have trouble finding anyone else for the job.
Replacing him with a new gardener couldn't possibly be a problem, could it?
Maybe not a few years ago, but now... You haven't been here in a long time. A lot has changed, Samuel. No one wants to work for us, not after what happened. People are superstitious. They see dark forces in everything. I'm glad that he has stayed, even if my garden looks so miserable. But why are you asking about Henry? Is it that you know something about him that I should know too?
I don't know anything about Henry. Because the drinking's the only thing I know about. Though, can I just say, I love that Victoria acknowledges that he's not that good at his job.
No, not really. Morris said Henry acts strangely from time to time.
Morris? That hardly surprises me. He is strange himself. If I had someone to take over his job, he wouldn't be here now. That reminds me. I ordered him to board up the old well, so there is no possibility of an accident there. Samuel, would you please see to it that he does it today?
Of course.
Okay. Well, now that we got all of our pleasantries out of the way, oh wait, there's still Black Mirror, but then after that we can talk about these two things.
I spoke with Robert about the old wing. He said its walls were the only remnants of the original castle.
That is true. It is all that survived the burn.
I do not recall anyone that had conquered the castle in the past.
No one conquered it, at least not in the true sense of the word. The castle was half destroyed in a conflict between the first Gordons. Marcus knew he could not rise against his brother's people directly. Therefore, he decided to take him by surprise in the secret chapel deep under the castle. Mordred realized this too late, and the consequences were terrible. But those are merely old legends. Just old stories.
An old underground chapel, you say?
That secret chapel you have spoken of, it must be somewhere beneath us.
Nobody has ever found a trace of the entrance, let alone the whole chapel, Samuel. It's merely an old legend from the Chronicle.
What happened to Marcus after Mordred died?
He became the lord of the manor and died a long time later, a tired old man. As a tribute to his leadership, they buried him in a secret crypt. Today no one knows where his body rests.
Do any further records of his life still exist?
None that I know of.
All right.
Victoria, I need the key to William's study. I know that you insist that no one go in there, but...
No one is allowed to set foot in there. Why are you talking about that place to me, Samuel? Why are you making me think of it?
I just wanted...
Go away. I need to be alone now.
Of course.
But the photo! No!
I should leave Victoria alone now that I have offended her. I'll apologize later.
No! Okay, well... What do I do now? I'm so upset. I'm like, I should have asked about the photo, I guess, first. Why? Like, how long do I have to wait for her to calm down?
I should leave. I'll apologize.
Oh wait, well, in the meantime, I guess, let's just go, get the Morse to block off the well. Morris, hello. I have a
Morris,
task for you.
I would like a word with you.
What do you need, sir?
Morris, what are you going to do when you're finished with the wood?
I don't know yet, but there's always enough work around here. Have you got anything special for me?
Victoria would like the old well boarded up.
I know about that, sir. I'll get to it shortly.
I will go then.
All right, sir.
Okay. So maybe that we talked about it, we can, It's so hard to find, like, where, it's like, where is the point that I need to click in order to get, get to the next area.
I should leave Victoria.
Nope.
I'll
Okay.
apologize.
Who could I talk to? Bates. There's Robert. I don't think there's any point with Dr. Herman.
I would like to...
Is that... What's his name? Dr. Herman?
I'm at your service.
Bates, I said something inappropriate to Victoria. Do you think she will accept my apology?
Certainly, sir. Madam has a good heart. But, if I may advise you, sir, offer your apology as soon as possible.
I think I will go now.
I'll return to my work.
Don't tell me that's... Well, I'm gonna... We'll see first.
Should apologize.
Oh dear God, that was it? Really? Oh my God. Kinda... This game's gonna drive me insane. It's a lot of back and forth between people. Again, with the sip of the tea, though this time she's angry at me. Understandable.
May I speak with you for a while, Victoria?
Of course, Samuel.
I'd like to apologize for what I said before.
I may have been hasty in my response as well. I had that key destroyed so that no one can ever enter the tower again.
What?
Maybe William had another key, I do not know.
Where are his personal belongings now?
I do not know. Ask Herman. I do not want to talk about it.
Okay, we're talking to Herman. Hey, who's this man in the photograph?
Can you have a look at this picture? Do you know who this man is?
I've seen that face before. Yes, but not exactly this one.
What do you mean?
He was much younger than this picture, but it was the same person.
So, who is it?
William once brought an orphan here and offered him food and shelter for a couple of days. He lived for a time outside by the stable, a humble, quiet boy.
Do you know what his name was?
It was a very long time ago. I cannot remember. He stayed with us for quite some time, but then he completely changed. It was as if he had gone mad. We could not let him stay here after that. They took him to Ashbury.
What happened to him then?
I really do not know. As I said, it was a very long time ago. Robert might remember. It was he who accepted that boy as a patient.
Okay, so we need to talk to Robert and Herman.
Victoria, may I?
Do we still have more to talk about? I don't know if she's like quenching her throat or she's just preparing herself, whatever Samuel has to ask.
Please, excuse me, Samuel. I'm not quite in the mood for talking. If you need anything, please ask Bates. He will be happy to help you.
Of course. I can come back later. I'll ask again another time.
Oh my God. She takes this long sip of tea just to tell us, no, I don't have time for this. Oh wait, sorry. No. How am I going to Bates? I need to go to Herman. Which I'd have to say, so I definitely wrote the... Oh, you're on the other side. Look at you.
Doctor, can I have a word with you?
Are you gonna say anything?
Yes. All right.
It took so long. Okay, I was about to say, so I looked up the actual date of when this game was created, and it was 2003. I think I wrote 2015 for some reason in the poll. Oops, that's my bad. Though, that said, there is I don't know, was it a remaster or a remake of the game that came out in 2017, so there's that. That maybe that what confused me, but either way, let's ask him about... we made him wait long enough, I think a bit longer than the amount of time he made us wait.
Dr. Herman, Victoria told me you had William's personal belongings.
Yes, that is true.
I would like to see them.
Sure. I can show them to you when you come to the morgue tomorrow. I just do not have any idea what you are expecting.
Well, I must see them today. Can you help me?
Today? Well, all right. Maybe we could do it like this. I will send someone to the main gate with a parcel for you. Will that do?
Perfectly. What time will this person come?
I will send him as soon as I get back to the autopsy room. Let us say 7 o'clock?
I'll be waiting in front of the main gate at exactly 7 o'clock. It's very important. I hope the person is reliable.
Do not fear. He will be well paid. Settled?
Thank you, Doctor. At 7, I have to be in front of the gate.
Okay, how do we tell time? Unless the game doesn't actually care. To the dining room. To staircase. Okay, let's ask Robert about... Well, honestly, I can't remember what we're supposed to ask him about.
May I disturb you for a few moments? I would like to ask a couple of questions.
All right. I'm listening.
Hello, Ewan. The game will fast forward to the time once you complete everything. Okay, that makes sense. I imagine it's not like, what was it? The Oriental, what was that game, Oriental Express? The one where you're like, you actually really did have to pay attention to the time in order to do certain things. Hello, do you remember this man? Wait, you said you didn't know. Well, Victoria knew, so let me jog your memory.
I showed the picture we talked about yesterday to Victoria. She said she knew the man, that he had lived for some time near the castle. Are you sure you don't know who he is?
Let me see the picture again. I'm not quite certain, but he resembles one of my patients in the institution. It could possibly even be him. I do not see where this picture could have come from, though.
Maybe we can find out. Who could have brought a picture of some madman to the castle? And why? I must go now.
Right then. I'll return to my work.
Okay, that was odd, because Samuel said the picture I showed you yesterday, the time move while, what? The time, okay. So, let's see, I talked to Robert, what else is there to do now? I mean, I guess we go to the front of the gate now? Maybe? Because, yeah, I already talked to Morris about the well. Man, that thing is still burning. Oh, wait, a parcel wouldn't be in
There
the
is
box.
nothing.
Okay. Seeing what we've got. Okay, still can't go to Willow Creek. So... what do I do? Well, I'm trying to remember. Let's see, I have this camera with film in it where we took one picture and we're going to completely waste a roll of film. Just to... I mean... I don't know, for some reason that really miffs me. Let's see, pills, wallets, sweets. I'm going to assume we're going to be going to town and have to use the sweets or something. Map of Manor, coin. Check the lamps? Or are you just saying check out the lamps? Is that what this is? Griffin claws? I didn't know. It looked like bird claws to me, but then you get to this part, and that is definitely... those are definitely not feathers. I actually ended up talking about it earlier in the stream, so... I mean, this entire castle has weird, like, the front here has the skull. there is the, as you say, the griffin claws holding the lamps. I'm sure there's other... I mean, you have this tree here that's like this for some reason. What was the... Yeah, I already took a picture... I already took a picture of the symbol. But... Okay, this is gonna be nothing, because usually...
Do you need anything, sir?
If Samuel wants something, then he'll say, I need to speak with you in this very serious tone. Okay, talk to Robert. I imagine I don't have to talk to Victoria again. I mean, I guess I can try.
I'll leave her alone.
Okay. Oh, I forgot. Is there anything in this room? I didn't check out the room, though.
An old issue of a magazine on nature. Nature Will.
Can I read it?
There is nothing interesting in the magazine.
Okay, he read it for me. He didn't find anything interesting. Oh, it's a plaque.
Lucky Arrow. 9 victories in 1 season. I can't remember the name. Probably one of the older stallions. Yes, 1890. Lucky Arrow, 1890. In the past, we used to have our own stable of full-blooded stallions. Some of them won many races. All that fame is long lost now.
Okay, interesting. What do you mean by full-blooded?
A souvenir of one of our champion horses.
Unless it's like a terminology for purebred or some sort of breeding terminology that I clearly obviously don't know about. Oh look, we can look at this picture.
One of my distant ancestors, Durgam Gordon. This canvas is at least 300 years old. Strange that time has not faded it. Durgam Gordon.
Okay. I click it twice because it seems it won't... The red... Oh, cabinet.
I have nothing to look for in these drawers. It most likely contains Victoria's personal things.
So in other words, you definitely should not
I
look
won't
into
be
it.
opening.
At least not when she's in the room. Alright. So I think everything that I so far could have looked at in the room... Oh, that's just Victoria. So yeah, okay, we're done in this room. Do I dare try to talk to the dear doctor again? He's gonna make us wait.
Herman promised that his delivery boy would bring William's parcel to the main... I have to...
You have to be there on time. Okay. Okay, went to Bates, went to Herman. Can't talk to Victoria about anything. He sounds aghast over any action you give him. Basically, he's just in a particular mood, it seems.
I have no idea.
Okay. Can't talk to Robert. Victoria's room.
Victoria.
Okay, for sure. We can't go in there. Double check. There's nothing in here. Over here, any of the pictures. We have a picture here.
Robert presented this one to William.
Staircase. Okay. I strangely love that this area makes a loop around itself. Try Henry? Sure. Just trying to think. So Victoria got rid of the key, destroyed it. Which, I mean, considering it's a key, she would have to, what, melt it down? So we still need to wait for that.
I don't know.
I don't know. Do I try to take a picture of the symbol again? Maybe it didn't. I'm pretty sure I took a picture. I remember the clicking sound and everything. Well, either way, we need to head to Morris if we want to talk. If we want to talk to him either way, so...
I already took a picture of this.
Okay, wow. You straight up just told me. You straight up just told me. I've already looked at the painting before though, so I don't see a reason why.
I leave him to...
Okay. Is there something in the stables? Okay, the ladder he won't climb up. There's the vice, but unless...
I don't need to take...
Oh, he specifically says he doesn't need to take anything. Okay, what's with the music? Yeah, the music is... There's just this eerie sound that comes up every so often. Okay, so there literally is nothing... Well, there's a bottle of wine, but we already looked at that. Is there something else I can do here? 1897. Take a picture. We have evidence that you have this drink, Morris. I'm assuming I don't need to... Unless I have the key, there's no reason for me to go to Willow Creek, because otherwise I would have to like go back at 7 o'clock just to get this key. Anything else over here? The well. Okay, so at least, the very least, I've finished with this area. Is there anything else in this room that I technically have not looked at? Do I dare see if UHS Hin system has got anything for me? Because I know I need to wait for the parcel. Let's see. How can I get back to common room? Can I find anything to eat in the dining room? How do I unlock the cellar door in the kitchen? What can I do with this globe in the central part of the library, which I imagine that's definitely has to do something with plants, which may be in William's study upstairs, so I'm not even going to bother to look at that. So where's the part in the game where you end up like... I can zoom in on this. Is there something else here that I'm supposed to be looking at? There's a tin of coffee. That's it, really. Wait, the key is...
This is the key to the attic.
Okay, well, what about the key to the cellar door?
I haven't any reason.
Okay, well, I don't need the key to the attic. I already unlocked the key to the
I
attic.
put the key back where I found it.
Okay, I'm on UHS system right now. Oh, I need a reason to go exploring. And it never comes up in chapter 1, so I can't even go down to the cellar. Great. That was a waste of time. Let's see. Bates. Nope, that's not gonna be anything.
Do you need anything, sir?
Not really. I was just passing by.
Okay, so I think the kitchen for sure, so thus far, is a no-go. Let's see. What does the UHS system say about the grounds? I found the base of the tower where William fell. What do I need to do with the stay on the tower wall? What do I do with the strange object I found? I didn't find any strange object. I saw blood in the grinder. How can I get... Strange object. I can't find this object until I know more about William's death. Okay. So the question for me is, do I know enough about William's death in order to to find this object, apparently? I'm going to quickly check what it says about the upstairs. Can I ever enter Robert's study or Victoria's room, Samuel's room, the old wing? Was anything in the old wing? Torn up photograph, attic door, Keats' trunk, boards. Okay. Okay, let's have a look at the grounds one again, because I did not... The manor ground. So we can't look at some shrubs. We can look in the shrubs.
The castle is literally surrounded by bushes. The castle is...
Do I need to
I'll
right-click?
have a closer look.
Oh my god, this right-clicking thing, I hate
Something
it.
got stuck between the branches of the shrub.
This is it, isn't it?
What could it be?
What does it say? A strange object. Here's
Whatever
our
it
strange
is,
object.
it seems incomplete.
Okay. I guess I go ask people about it now. Do you know what this is? No, I don't know at all. I really hate this right-clicking thing. Okay. Let's go talk to Bates. See if he knows what this strange object might be.
Bates,
There we go. We know a conversation's about to actually happen.
Yes, sir?
I found this at that place you took me to.
You mean where Sir William?
Yes, I'm quite sure it can shed some light on what has happened.
I am not as optimistic as you are, sir. Maybe you should hand the object over to Detective Collier.
Bates, this thing may help us discover something new.
I know one thing, sir. Sir William is dead, and no one can do anything to change that.
You don't happen to believe that it was a suicide or an accident, do you? I have known William too long to believe that.
Well, I have already offered my opinion on the matter. Can I go now, sir?
You surprise me, Bates.
I'm sorry, sir. Talk to Henry. He was working on the flower beds that evening. He might know more than I do.
It seems to me that Bates knows something he doesn't want to talk about. But why would he do that? No, I'm not too sure. I think I will go now.
I'll return to my work.
I love this game, but boy, is it slow. I think what really slows down this game is the constant back and forth between doing tasks. Like in the case, I lucked out of in terms of like getting the film, I lucked out that I already been to the attic and looked at that chest. Otherwise, I would have gone to Robert to get the I think I would have gone to Robert, ask about where can I get a roll of film. He'll say his chest. I would go up, find out it's locked, and then I have to go back down and ask him for the key. It's like, really? This is just unnecessary.
I would like a word with you.
Certainly, sir. I'm listening.
This actually makes me very curious to see, because this game was made in 2003, and apparently 2017 there was a remake or remaster, revisioning. I don't know what it was, but I actually would be curious just to see what changes they made in order to, I guess, possibly make the game better.
Have a look at this. I found it under the old tower.
Why are you showing it to me, sir?
Well, I showed it to Bates, and he suggested I speak with you. Do you know anything about it?
Me? I don't see why I should. I've never seen anything like it before.
He also said you had been trimming the shrubs in the area that afternoon.
Yes, that's true. But I have nothing to do with this thing.
Calm down. Just tell me what you know about it, that's all.
All right, then. But you have to promise you won't tell Madam. I can't afford to lose my job.
Of course. Go ahead.
Well, I don't really know what it is, but I found a similar piece near that place.
Do you have it with you?
No, not really. You see, I had to pawn it. I was broke.
Pawn? It doesn't seem to be of any special value.
Well, maybe not the one you're holding in your hand, but there was a beautiful gem, a ruby, I'd say, in the one I found.
Where did you pawn it?
At old Murray's. Where else?
It's good that you told me while there's still time. Give me your bill of exchange, and I will redeem the object.
But I haven't got it. I don't know where I've put it.
Henry, it's very important. Try to remember.
I have no idea where it could be. But you won't forget about your promise, will you? It's going to stay just between us. Right, sir?
We shall see.
Oh my god, Henry.
Henry, let's return to that bill of exchange.
I knew you'd ask, but believe me, sir, I really haven't got it.
You needed the money, so you conveniently lost the bill of exchange?
Well, yes, I needed the money, not the bill. I really didn't intend to redeem that thing. Somebody might be interested in where I found the thing, and I could lose my job.
You're going to lose it for sure if you don't give me that bill.
But I haven't got it. You really promised this would stay between us.
Henry, you need to realize that this is very important. You had better get that bill for me.
I'd give it to you right away, if I could, sir.
All right. I don't believe a word of what he's saying.
Can we get him fired?
I will leave you to your work.
Oh my god. Henry. This guy, is it possible to get him fired? I would be okay with that. I don't know if it's like, you got Henry fired, and that gives you a bad ending. I don't know if there's like various different endings in this game, but like, okay. Wow, we are really short on staff if he was the best hire that we got. So, Henry has hidden the bill of exchange? I don't know, did you grind it up, Henry? I'm liking we can still look at this thing. Just gotta check for that blood. The bucket.
This is where the groundwood ends.
Right click?
Now it's empty.
Okay. You sounded very sad. It's Okay. So, damn it. It means I should be able to talk to Robert, and I'll take that. Honestly, this this game, I'm just so frustrated with Henry right now.
I have no idea.
Nope, can't talk to Robert. Thank you for the suggestion, though. Hey, Victoria. Hey, Victoria. Hi, Victoria. We can't get Henry fired? Well. Let's see, I have the strange object, camera with film in it, old photograph. Hey, Victoria, do you know what this thing is? It's gonna bother you.
I would like to ask you about something.
I'm listening, Samuel.
Okay, good.
Look at this stone fragment. Does it mean anything to you?
No, I wouldn't say so. But yes, I have seen something similar on William's desk. He was very careful with that thing. Only I don't know what the big deal was. He never spoke about it.
Okay, so she's seen it, but she doesn't know what it is. Bates have asked, he led me to Henry. Maybe I should talk to Morris. Because Morris doesn't like Henry. Maybe he knows where that bill of exchange
promised that
is.
his delivery boy... I have...
Okay. Morris! Need to talk to Morris about getting... Do you happen to know where Henry may have stashed this bill of exchange? Hopefully he didn't set it on fire or put it in the grinder. Hello?
Morris?
Anytime now, Morris.
Yes, sir.
What can you tell me about this?
Let me see. A piece of hard stone with some symbols. Looks quite old. Other than that, I don't know.
Have you seen anything like this around? Inside the castle, perhaps?
No, you see, I seldom go inside. Madame Victoria doesn't like to see me there.
Can you think of anyone who may know something about this?
Well, it looks old. Maybe that bloodsucker Murray might know something. He buys and sells such stuff, you know. Sometimes he has people coming to him from great distances to look through some of that junk he's got. God knows where he gets it all from.
Thanks. I'll certainly go see him.
No problem, sir.
I will go then.
All right, sir.
Okay, we need to go see Henry about a lot of... Murray, not Henry. Murray about a lot of things. But... Still waiting for this parcel, and I can't get this parcel can I I just want to destroy it with this vice. Anything in the jar? How come I can still look into the jar? That should be it, right? Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else here to look at. Oh my god, what? I'm at a complete loss. I'm just like, ever so slowly. This is still chapter 1 too, right? And I think there's 7 chapters in total. Where apparently later on at some point I got really worried about saving because I can possibly die if I make a mistake. Okay. Where was I looking at? What do I do with the strange object? Maybe... Perhaps someone around here knows. Bates, which... Okay, Henry. Okay, so apparently there's nothing more I can do with the bill of exchange or the strange object in this chapter. Which, okay. So what do I do now? Because I don't have anything to do with the greenhouse. I think I already tried talking to the doctor or Robert. Wait, no, wait. Sorry, I've already, like, so many times I've tried to talk to different people. At this point, I don't know what object I may or may not have. Oh, I thought the game froze on me. Or at least the character was stuck on the stairs. Herman I think I tried to talk to, right? Oh no, I went the wrong way. I need to go up the stairs. Just think, this is only the first game. There's 2 more after this. Hey Robert, tell me what this object is. Maybe I can finally go into
Do
town.
you need any?
I would like...
Oh,
Why doesn't Victoria like Morris?
You mean
That's
why
right.
she can't stand him? Well, maybe because he's so common. Aristocratic prejudice, you know what I mean. I'm not into this nonsense about blue blood myself. Victoria, however, has her own opinions.
I will go now.
All right. Feel free to come back if you need anything, Samuel.
yes, the strange object. No, don't close the door.
We've already said everything there is to say.
Are you sure? Really?
I have
That's
no
the conversation
idea
point?
what we can speak about.
We have to talk to him. The thing... Why is that a thing? This is not important. Is it important? I don't know. It's... Why... Okay, I thought we were going to get somewhere, and then turns out it was just... This is very frustrating right now. I don't know what else I need to do. Okay, Victoria, common room, in the kitchen. Unlock the cellar, which we can't do in this. Do I even interact with the globe? With the planetary thing? Samuel says there's something missing. Where can I find the planets? Is that they are well hidden. You won't be able to find them until you solve some puzzles located elsewhere. What? More specific. Okay, after you've explored the old wing and solved a puzzle or 2, you'll find clues to locating the planets. More specifically, you'll need to wait until you're on the treasure hunt for the key to William's study. Interesting. I made the assumption... So in the old wing is where we'll possibly find clues? Take a look at the old fireplace. I mean, we are technically on the hunt for the key right now. That planet thing is... Let me have a look again. More specifically, you'll need to wait until you're on the treasure hunt for the key to William's study. See the old wing hints to learn how to get started on that quest. Oh, this is after I go into town? To get the planets? Torn up photograph. How do I unlock the attic door? Where's the key to the attic? The locked trunk in the attic. How can I remove the boards from the door in the attic? The board's gone, but the door is locked. That's something else. Okay. I mean, it's weird. It links to in the hint system that I'm using, the guide hint system that I'm using. Talks about looking at the old wing, but then he's talking about things that I just haven't been able to do yet, like get into the study. So I already right-clicked on the wallet. That's
There's
what
quite
gave
a
me the
lot of
coin.
money in it.
I mean, actually, there's nothing in here that I can click, right? I mean, the guide I'm using, UHS Hint System, I like it because it gives hints, though this one seems to, for this game, it seems to be a bit of a mess. Maybe because the game itself is a bit of a weird mess. Well, not a weird mess, but it's just
It's locked.
either there's like weird unnecessary steps you have to take. Well, I consider them unnecessary. They just kind of end up, it just kind of, and it ends up like extending things more than it needs to. It becomes annoying more so than actually. So, okay, we can't do anything about the bill of exchange. What time is it right now? We can't do anything about the bill of exchange now. The photograph and everything is going to be... The annoying part is that we just need to get to town. And it won't let us. So we need... Okay, we need to wait... Because we're not going to town until we got the key to the morgue. Yeah, the morgue. What else do I need? Strange object. Can't do anything right. Just right. The guide said nothing to do with Henry at the moment. Can't look at this. Was there anything else around, was there anything else around the site of death? We fell. Nothing. Okay, so for sure this time we're done. No shrubs, nothing like that. Okay, maybe let's... Okay, I'm gonna have to just look at a different one. A different guide or whatever. Take picture. Ask Morris, blah, blah, blah. Trail of strange object. Okay. Why do I need to check the... I already talked about the bill of exchange, though. Okay, Victoria. Talk to Victoria. Something about truth. Bates. Apologize. Talk to Herman. Ask Robert about everything. What? I can now go there. I can go to town.
I'm glad to see this place again. William often took me here when I was just a little boy. Oh well, it's such a long time, but my memories are as clear as yesterday morning. How many years have I actually been away?
So I think one thing that's hampering this game is I think it really lets you free roam a bit, which sometimes I feel like I need a bit more guidance. Like, okay, I should head to town now, or something like that. I asked everyone about everything so far. That's why I was stuck. The door, okay. To the pub. We don't need to go to the pub. Is this the pawn shop? Wait, what's this? Dried willow. Why can I... Okay.
It must be hundreds of years old. It seems to be on the verge of dying. It's locked.
Okay, well, I mean, if you're trying to enter some person's random place, yes, it would be locked. Wait, there was that man in the... Okay, I don't need to enter the pub, though. Well, there's a guy on the pier. Can we talk to him? Fisherman. Let's talk to this guy.
Excuse me, may I speak with you?
Sure you can, young man.
Okay.
So how is it going today?
I'm going to catch a big one today. I hope. If only it will rain.
You mean because of the fish? Have you caught anything yet?
Not a scale. My luck was much better yesterday. Fish are too smart. They won't go out of water.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Heh, I had a very nice one on the hook a while ago, but it managed to slip away in the last second. I dragged it in as far as the pier, but then it snapped my line. The biggest and oldest ones are truly cunning. They get tangled in the seaweed at the bottom, and then wait until you snap the line yourself.
Why don't you fish further out in the river?
My old boat has too many leaks. Besides, I enjoy fishing this way better.
Good luck to you. I have to go now.
Thanks. I hope it will start raining soon.
Okay, so no actual conversation to be had. It's the keg. Or the keg. 3 kegs. Where else can we go? Or talk to?
Hi, what's your name?
Okay.
I won't tell you that.
Yeah.
I must not talk to strangers. And Mum has forbidden me.
So, will you tell me your name if I tell you mine?
I don't know.
I don't know you. Have you got some sweets? Maybe some chocolate?
Why is this a thing? Like, we just went up to a random kid. Okay, sure, yeah.
Would you like some sweets?
Sure, that would be great. Are they chocolate?
I don't really know. My name is Samuel Gordon. Will you tell me your name too?
Well, why not then? I'm Vic.
Do you know of anything interesting going on around here? I haven't been in this place in a very long time.
Probably not. Nothing much happens here. This village is terribly boring, you know.
I see.
Can I go play again?
Of course. Watch out for the windows.
Yeah, don't worry.
Vic, have you ever seen the man in this picture?
Let me see. No, I guess I haven't. I would have surely remembered that one. He looks pretty stupid. Why are you looking for him, Samuel? Are you related?
You had better watch your mouth.
Come on, that was just a joke.
Okay. Honestly, the weirdest thing about that interaction is the fact that we just randomly went up to a kid. And then I just had no idea why we were talking to this kid.
KDM Transport Services. It's probably used for carrying beer kegs.
Okay. Let's have a reason to go into this inn. I need to find the pawn shop. Because everything is in the pawn shop. Entrance. Wait. Murray's pawn shop. Haha. Samuel, remove it. Run.
Murray buys and sells anything that brings him profit. Various objects, porcelain statues, gold watches, breast pins. Mostly trinkets.
Okay. Is there a reason why we can...
There's nothing interesting there.
Okay, where's the door? Here, go.
The door is locked.
They're not even open right now?
There is a sign that reads, "I'll be right back. Murray."
Let me guess, Murray's in the
But
pub.
who knows if it hasn't been hanging here for a week already.
The trash. What am I looking in the trash for?
Old cardboard boxes, damp from the rain. This is probably where Murray throws out what he no longer needs.
Okay, so... What, a punt?
It probably belongs to that fisherman I spoke to.
It has water in it, looks like. Okay, so let's go to the pub, because most likely... I mean, if this is a boring town with nothing to do, where else are you gonna go? That's Tom. You seen a Murray around
Good morning.
Hello, hello, sir.
I haven't been here in a long time. What can you tell me about the manor?
Well, I'm not sure where to begin, but really, there isn't much in the way of news. Hold on. You seem familiar to me. Haven't we met at the winter feasts?
No, I don't think so.
But I do know you. See, I'm pretty good with faces. About last month during the vintage. Is that it?
Listen,
Yeah, I know. You probably owe me something and aren't comfortable with my having recognized you, right?
I owe you nothing, Harry.
Did you say Harry? Tom, this young lad here is calling me Harry, but he says he doesn't know me.
Don't let him annoy you, sir. He's been trying that on strangers for as long as I remember.
Is there a problem with the fact that I want me money back?
There wouldn't be any if you weren't making those debts up.
Bah! Indeed. You're the right one to say that. Should I show you your last month's bill?
Right, calm down. I was just advocating this young fellow here, because he's a stranger and he doesn't know those tricks of yours.
Okay, I've had enough. One more word and you're not getting a pint of water on credit. Or, let me tell you what. I'll pour you nothing until you pay off the whole debt.
Come on, Harry. Don't be a cheapskate.
Listen, if you let me finish, I'll tell you who I am.
Sounds great. I'm listening.
I am Samuel Gordon, the son of Randall Gordon, of Castle Blackmirror.
Why didn't you say so right away?
Well, I tried to, but you wouldn't actually let me speak.
Okay, well, that gives things a nice twist. A Gordon is always welcome here. So, what can I get you? Today, we have smoked venison on the menu, along with a good stuff beer.
No, thanks. Maybe later. I'd like to ask a couple of questions, though.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Harry, what's new in the village?
Things happen, but there isn't much news.
How should I understand that?
Well, I hear a lot of gossip, but nothing worth mentioning. You see, we all know one another here, so nothing's too interesting.
Maybe. That's going to change now.
Yeah, I'll let you know when it does.
Harry, until what time are you open?
Well, that depends. but usually late into the night. You see, I don't sleep much, and when I'm not doing something, I'm usually pretty bored.
But not many folks show up so late, do they?
I usually play cards with Tom here, or I play chess with myself.
Oh, you play chess?
I'd say I've learned to play well during all those long nights.
Let's play together sometime then.
Sure.
I remember William bringing me here.
Yup, so do I. He was a serious poker player, you know. Incredibly lucky with the cards. He would totally clear us out, but then he would return everything. Yeah, he was a nice bloke. That's a real shame he stopped coming here.
Why?
Who knows? We were all on good terms. But the last 6 months, he didn't show up once.
Well, it's a bit of a distance, and at his age.
Nah, I wouldn't say that was the reason. William was always a tough old gent. I'll tell you something, though. They say he wouldn't even come out of the castle, and instead locked himself away in the old tower to study some old volumes and stuff.
Where did you hear that?
Well, I told you, I hear things from time to time.
What else have you heard?
Nothing. But maybe Mark knows something. He used to help out in the manor garden.
Where can I find him?
He would normally be here by now, so he's probably not going to turn up today.
Never mind. I'll ask him some other time. As if William was hiding something. I have to know more about the last months of his life. I came upon a closed pawn shop. Is it ever open?
Sure. Old Murray would never close the shop without a reason. He probably had to leave. Some business of his own, no doubt.
You don't speak well of him.
Not many do. Everyone knows he's an old sly boots. The only thing he cares about is cheating people in that old junk shop. What would you expect from an old cheapskate?
Okay, that conversation point is done. Then there's Tom over here. So let's see if there's anything else. I can look at his poster.
An advertising poster. Harry has been collecting old posters like these.
Okay. That didn't seem particularly important. We can't go anywhere else, so I guess let's have a chat with Tom.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh boy.
How long have you been sitting here?
A few hours, I guess. Why do you want to know?
That's my way of saying hello, I guess.
Oh, okay. I've been here for 2 or 3 hours. I've got nothing to do today. Why don't you take a chair?
No, thank you. Maybe some other time. How long have you owed Harry money?
That's my business, not yours. Or do you want to pay up for me?
Should I?
Well, I overheard your conversation about old Sir William.
Do you know anything that might be interesting to me?
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. My memory is fogging up. It's probably the thirst, you know.
Oh, I see. I know where he's coming from. I'll pay off his debt, and then I'll ask again.
Okay.
Changed your mind about the dinner? My Mary makes some wonderful meals. Everyone around here will tell you that.
I believe you. I'm just not hungry yet. I would like to ask a couple of questions, though.
Okay, feel free.
Will you change your mind about that debt of Tom's? It's partly my fault, you know.
I'd be glad to, but then he wouldn't pay it off next month either. They say he who doesn't pay should not drink.
Well, there is some truth to that. I have decided to pay off Tom's debt.
But Why would you want to do that, Mr. Gordon?
I just want to. Could you sum it up?
Okay, well, as you wish. At £17.
All right. Here.
Well, I've no idea what Tom might have promised you, but you better not believe him.
That's none of your business.
Oh, calm down, calm
So
down.
what is his bill like now?
All clear.
Good.
Be nice. Be nice.
What do you want from me?
Excuse me.
I'd just like to ask about something.
I paid off
All right.
your debt. Don't get started.
Tell me, is anything interesting going on in the village?
Here? No. In fact, I don't remember anything. In Willow...
Okay, how about I just...
I have done what you have asked. Now it's your turn.
Right, I heard you. I guess you have done me a good turn.
So what do you know about William?
I'll tell you what I've heard. Nothing more, nothing less.
I'm listening.
People have said that from time to time, Sir William would go to the vicarage at night.
That's all? What's so strange about him going to church?
Nothing much, I'd guess, if it hadn't been late after midnight.
Oh, that is strange indeed.
Just ask the gravedigger or the vicar. They both saw him. But don't mention me if you decide to go see him. They needn't know that I told you anything.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I need to speak with Mark. You probably know each other.
Yeah, we've known each other for years, but he's not here today.
Do you know where he works? I would like to go see him.
Mark only works when he must. He hasn't got a permanent job. But try old Murray. Or Herman. He does something for both of them from time to time.
Sorry, who's Mark again?
I saw a fisherman on the shore on my way here. Do you know him?
Old Jim? Of course I know him. He's my uncle from my mother's side.
Is he always sitting there, fishing? He appears to have been sitting there the whole day.
Yeah, he's the most patient person I've ever known. He spends hours on that pier just sitting. I wouldn't last a single hour, you know.
So, how's it going?
All right, I guess. Why don't you take a chair?
I'm a little short on time. Some other day, perhaps.
Never mind, I'm used to drinking alone.
Okay, so that, I'm assuming, should be everything here.
Clean towels from the kitchen, no doubt. Just laundry.
Okay, nothing else. The meal menu. What's
The
on
day's menu. Roe deer on cream. Wild boar shoulder. Gamekeeper style. Harry's wife always did cook well.
It's interesting meat items.
Maybe I'll have something later. I'm not hungry yet.
Okay, there you go. Oh, you have a keg here.
It's full of dirty water. Maybe Harry puts it under the gutter when it's raining. It could use emptying.
Okay, some conversation points we don't really need to talk. Like, why are we looking at these things?
The lids are firmly shut. These are certainly still full of beer.
And he keeps them
The
out here.
Black Bison, Harry's own production.
On the other hand, I don't imagine they're, like, easy to move. Hey, Vic, you got any more information?
Vic, have you seen Murray today? His shop is closed.
Why should I care about his shop?
Why? Is there a problem?
Well, that old man doesn't like me hanging around that shop of his. Or rather around those glass cases. I've got no idea what his problem is.
I may have one.
Oh, I do remember seeing him leave this morning.
Do you have an idea when he will be returning?
Judging by how he sharpened himself up, he must have gone into town. So he's probably not going to return before tomorrow.
Damn. Okay.
Oops!
What was that? What's this here? A ball? Vic! I know it was you, and I know you can hear me. Just you wait till I catch you. I'll beat you within an inch of your life. Ah, damn. Now I'll have to clean up all this mess.
I suspect Vic is not going to show up for a while.
Alright. I want to see if I can talk to the old fisherman. And talk about the pawn shop or stuff like that.
Excuse me.
Sure you can, young man. How are you? Have you stopped for a talk?
I'd like to ask you a question. I need something from the pawn shop on the other side of the river, but it's closed.
Yeah, that's possible.
Have you any idea when Murray opens the shop?
No, I haven't. I don't care what he does.
I must go now.
Okay, so that was a bust. I'm gonna just go to the other side. So we can't, it seems we can't enter the pawn shop, which, why am I here in town in the first place? Let's just
The
at
old
least...
fish market. I remember when old Mr. Fenton died, there was no one to take care of the fish market. I don't know what is there now, and I'm not interested.
Let's see what other things we can look at in town.
10 minutes to 2. The time is not correct. It probably doesn't work at all.
Okay, so things
It's
have
broken.
Things haven't been... Upkeep hasn't.
Davison, William's friend and lawyer, lived here. He moved away a long time before Catherine died. He always said he wouldn't be able to do much around here as a lawyer. He decided to move to Berkeley with his family. I have not heard of him since. I have no clue as to who lives in Davison's house today.
How come this is so red?
I have no reason to go inside.
Okay. Just wanted to really make sure that there's nothing else.
Private house.
So you go knock on the door.
No one is answering.
Private, you say. Let's go knock on the door.
The door is locked.
No, don't try to lock. What is wrong with you? Okay, we're gonna stop that.
The shop is closed. The shop is closed.
Okay. I mean, there is nothing else to do now but leave, right? Okay. I just want to quickly... Oh, the door. Just go to the pub, quickly check that there's no more conversation points, like say what happened with Vic and the ball. Is that the glass on the ground?
Any news, Harry?
Nothing special.
I'll be back
Special?
Whenever, Mr.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Because, I mean, Murray has gone to town. He won't be back till tomorrow.
Hello, sir. Will you sit?
No.
Never mind. Later then.
See you.
I'm tempted just to look at the guide to see, because I don't want to leave and then find out I have to come back. Go back to Puck, talk to Vic, blah blah blah. Wormhill Vis... Okay. Can I get to the church then? Where is it? Ah, here we go. So we can go here.
The Warm Hill Parish.
Okay, with that, I'm actually going to end the set here. We're still on chapter 1. So yeah, we're just so slowly making progress. But either way, thank you for liking if you liked. Thank you for favoriting if you favorited. Thank you for commenting if you commented. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. Thank you for, you know what, I already messed up my outro because I did things in different orders. Either way, until next time, guys. See ya!